non-binary pals. We are playing Apocalypse World 2nd Edition today. This is the Loudness Wars, set in Gnashville with a G, because I'm a stylized weirdo. We have a great group of people today, which I've recruited from the Gauntlet RPG community. You can find us at gauntlet-rpg.net, I think, maybe .com. Either way, Google search the Gauntlet RPG, you'll find them, and a great collection of role players. I am the MC. I use the name Ferret or the handle Ferret. My real name is Sawyer. Call me whichever, I will answer. My pronouns are he, him, but I'm gender apathetic, so call me whatever, I'll answer. I'm going to go in the order of the character keeper to introduce our players. So, David, why don't you introduce yourself, your pronouns, and we will then get to your characters on the next go round.
Sure thing. Yeah. Hi, I'm David. I use he, him pronouns, and good to be playing with you all.
Next is Rich.
Hey, I'm Rich Rogers, he, him pronouns, and also excited. Although if someone says they're not excited, why are you here?
Next, one of my favorite people, Sarah Bell.
Hi, I'm Sarah Bell. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm so excited to do this. I'm actually taking a couple hours out of my vacation to do it. So.
Ooh. And last but not least, my good friend Puckett.
Hey all, I'm Puckett, he, him pronouns. Also happy to be here.
Okay, now, if you were here with us for Lost Vegas, we are continuing that world. And I will read a little bit about the Psychic Maelstrom for you, because it is the big bad of this world. What is the Psychic Maelstrom, you may ask? In our world, the Psychic Maelstrom is boredom, is dullness, is anhedonia. The Maelstrom takes, scouring away the ability to feel certain emotions at a whim if people are not careful. Stimulation of the senses keeps the Maelstrom at bay. Art, music, spectacle, creativity, showmanship. These things are what stand between the average person and the ever-present siphon. To those with high weird, the Maelstrom caresses. The Maelstrom clings. The Maelstrom gets everywhere. To open your brain is to invite a controlling lover to you for the help they can give. Now, with that bit of Apocalyptica barfed, let's start introducing our characters and see which beautiful, spectacular people are going to be populating our world. So I believe first we have Dolly Extravaganza. Category is apocalyptic realness, honey. Introduce yourself.
Indeed, I will be playing this evening Dolly Extravaganza, who is mother of House Extravaganza, a drag house in Gnashville. The House Extravaganza is responsible for bringing both glamorous renditions of Golden Age songs to the city, and scenes of such opulence pain can be forgotten. Dolly herself is a statuesque drag queen, dressed in sequined evening gowns, long gloves, and a big, fully teased out Dolly Parton style wig. Yes, and I think that's mostly her for the moment.
The higher the hair, the closer to God. Maybe,
Indeed.
if he's not dead. Up next is our wonderful Hocus. Can you describe it to us, Jackal?
Yes. Jackal is takes no gender and refers to itself as an it. It was shaped in the form of a somewhat androgynous, perhaps femme individual. It dates from before the apocalypse, but has lost a great deal of any of the memory banks that would tell it about the past. It is a hocus and has a cult that is quite important to it, because that cult, those followers, those 20 or so followers, are loyal but not fanatical, and they are involved in successful commerce. They're a lifeblood of Gnashville. They're hardworking and no nonsense, because Jackal, it is also such thing. Oh, but also its followers are decadent and perverse, because that's part of the hard work that we have to do here. And that is Jackal. Yeah.
And after Jackal, we have someone who is so beautiful, so lovely, so Lace. Let's introduce her.
So Lace is our Skinner for this game. She's a small and slight woman who wears long, kind of like flowy outfits, long sleeves, flowing dresses. And while she's a dancer, and that's where she makes a majority of her money. She also is an escort of sorts, not in the crude sex kind of way, but in those quiet moments, she's able to pull you away from just the gritty horridness of this world and makes you feel like you actually have a friend out there, a companion, yes.
Decadent and extravagant. I like it. And we have a battle babe, someone who could drag you to hell and back. Hella, introduce yourself.
Well, why would I bother to drag somebody back from hell? I mean, if I dragged him to hell in the first place, I wanted him to be there, right? I mean, if I was going there to get somebody, I'm just saying, I'm either going there to get somebody out, or I'm dragging somebody there because they deserve to be there. And honestly, that's kind of hella. I mean, she sees a stick, she picks it up. If somebody needs whacking with it, she's going to whack them with it. It's not that hard. Also, she might kill you for money.
How lovely. That is our cast of beauties, uglies, stars. Let's go with stars. And it's time to know how you know each other. Starting, let's go reverse order this time. Hella, ask your single question to everyone.
Alrighty. That's in the character sheet, correct?
It is in the character sheet. It is also in the basic ref book. The Battle Babe's question is just, can I trust you?
Please. Alrighty. Well, can I?
Let's be nice and ask each person by name.
Alrighty. Dolly, can I trust you?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. As long as you behave.
All right. And Jackal, can I trust you?
You cannot trust me.
And Lace, can I trust you?
Of course. Why would I ever want to hurt you?
And Ferret, I know I can't trust you, so.
Hey, I'm not mad about it. So that's 2 -1s and a +3. How good. And up next, Lace. You get to decide which questions you ask from your playbook. All 3, 1, 2. You're muted.
Are we doing all the questions at once, or
You're
if I choose to do multiple?
Yeah, if you choose to do multiple, we're doing all of them at once.
Okay. As I am also pulling up the reference sheet.
You get fun questions.
I do get fun questions. And I had put them in here, and then I decided not to. I believe one of them is, which one of you is my friend?
I think Dolly and Lace probably get along quite well. Possibly a bit of rivalry there, but
What's a little business between friends?
exactly.
Now that things are actually loading. Computers, technology. Technology. And which one of you is my lover?
That could be Jackal.
Interesting and unexpected, but I'll take it. And I'll leave it at those two.
So you get to decide if you have +1 or +2 with Hella.
Okay.
And Jackal, you have some interesting questions.
Yes. Those who follow me do so because I offer you an efficient methodology towards bliss. I will show you things that others will not, and tell you the truths that will help you to become your best self. And so I ask each of you one simple question. Are you my follower? Hella, are you my follower? Are you one of my followers?
I follow no one.
Disappointing. We shall see. Lace, are you one of my followers?
Sometimes it's easier to lean on someone else for truth. So,
Thank you. Lace, are you one of my followers?
Dolly.
Dolly
I
is
meant
both
left to right and right to left, and sorry about that. Dolly, are you one of my followers?
No, I think I'm more of a leader than a follower.
We shall see. One of you, I've seen your soul. Since Lace is a follower, it probably is either Hella or Dolly. Who wishes to have shown me your soul? Or for me to have gotten a peek without you knowing?
You probably saw mine.
Hella, what did it see? What did Jackal notice?
The expression of glee on my face as I was hitting someone's skull with a 2x4.
The simple pleasures. And that brings us to Dolly, who, much like Hella, has one question, but aimed a bit differently.
Indeed. My question, again, I will ask in the same order we've been following. So, Hella, are you a threat to me and mine?
Not if you don't cross me.
For the simplicity, is this a yes, no, or other?
Well, I think that'd fall under no,
Understood.
initially. Unless you cross me.
I feel we have an understanding. Cool. So, Lace, are you a threat to me and mine?
not at the moment, no.
And Jackal, are you a threat to me and mine?
Most assuredly.
How lovely. And I think it's time for some leading questions for our wonderful group of people.
Really quick,
Yes?
the highlighting on the Battle Babe stats.
What about it?
It says at the end, choose one of the characters with the highest
Oh.
history on your sheet. Do you want to do that later or now?
Let's do that right before we begin roleplay.
Okay.
So, a leading question, let's do some places first. I think I'll go with Dolly first. Dolly, where is the House of Extravaganza located?
So, based on my very rudimentary understanding of old Nashville, the House Extravaganza is in like a sort of 3-story terrace shopfront building. The lower floor has been converted into a sort of bar and theatre showroom, with the upper floors being used for accommodation.
Nashville actually does have a small place known as the Drag Strip, where there are drag performances that were put on, but I don't need to move you if you don't want to.
No, yeah, that could certainly work. That would make a lot of sense.
So these are about 2 stories. It's a literal block downtown, but it has like Susie Wong's House of Yum, Tribe, Play, the old places.
Excellent. We are obviously a storied and historied house, so we have that authentic connection.
Nice. Lace, where do you usually perform?
So I know absolutely nothing about Nashville or its previous game. Tell me what the bar scene is like.
Oh, going back to my youth, bar scene. I didn't drink. I just knew a lot of local bands. I will put that out there. But
That's
the
fair.
bar scene is varied. You have like the tourist attraction bars, which are very country, western oriented. Have the cowboy hats for sale that no one who from around here actually wears. There's a game where you count the tourists by seeing how many hats you see downtown.
Yep.
But there are goth clubs, there are dance bars, there are strip clubs, like any type of bar you can imagine. I think one of the most prestigious in location would be now, not prestigious today, is the Private Gentlemen's Club, called Private Gentlemen's Club because we are so wonderfully creative here. But it is a 2-story strip club where the top floor, they do not care if you sort of break the rules and have the women take the dollars from you, which normally you're supposed to have a 3-foot barrier between you and the performers. There is also several dance halls, and we have like the Cotton Eye Joe kind of places where like it is just a huge dance floor with decorations on the side. The Exit Inn is a wonderful 1.5-story building with like a terrace overlooking the dance hall.
So I think where you would be most likely to find Lace is a piano bar. It's called Don't Tell Mama.
Ooh.
It's on the main drag, but it's one of the first buildings you see once you get into town. And it is almost every night packed wall to wall. People who either want to see the girls or just love a little bit of old style music.
Nice. Jackal, where do you and yours congregate when you must speak the truth?
I was considering the Church of Idolatry might be a place from which I could speak the truth. Does that fit in your vision of what Dean Brooks does?
Dean Brooks is it could be as long as your truth aligns with Dean Brooks, and it is I use the Church of Idolatry as kind of a touch on the southern roots of church being required and the worship of old school glamour. So it is the Old Country Music Hall of Fame, but like the truth they want to speak is that, you know, they're right, that the stars and divas of Gnashville that they create are the best.
Okay, perhaps not.
Though the Thunderground is desperate for information.
Then perhaps the Thunderground is the best place. Yes, that is where I currently speak the truth when it needs to be spoken.
Good. And Hella. There are lots of bars in Gnashville, if we've spoken of. Where does Hella get her relaxation on?
What's the dirtiest, dingiest, diviest of them?
Oh dear gods.
I'm talking absolute cesspool, the kind of place where you get hepatitis walking in the door.
This is the probably the closed down Rose Club, because the owner of that location closed down the club in 2006 and is holding out for a shit ton of money from the name and location, and it has not been cleaned probably since the apocalypse.
All right. Rose Club it is. I mean, fits the tattoo I have on my arm. Except that
Wow.
rose is bleeding.
Good. Now, let's flesh out a few faces. And in no particular order, Jackal, there's someone who has their own truth. You know of it as blatant lies that are said way too loudly, way too often. Who is this person, and where do they preach?
I was not aware I needed NPC names, so give me a moment to skip down to steal some Apocalypse World names. Oh, Tom Tom seems like a name that might fit in this genre. Tom Tom's truth is, I'll kind of describe it, and I'm sure you guys can give a better label to it. It's a type of decadence born from nihilism. So the truth is that it doesn't matter what you work towards, none of it matters. That nothing matters, that there is no truth, no absolution, no victory whatsoever.
Would you say that Tum Tum believes that everything ends in the dust that's out in the edges?
Yes.
How sad. Dolly. The word fan comes from fanatic. The word stan comes from stalker fan. Who is the House Extravaganza stan?
I think that it is Skulljack. He's a land pirate.
Has to be after all those beautiful rivers dried up.
Yeah.
Follow-up question. As a land pirate, does Skulljack have a Mad Max style vehicle?
Yeah, I think it is essentially like a one of those big what's the word for it? Like the land version of a windsurf thing, like a sailboat. Is it? Well, no, that's one of those anyway. It's like, yeah, a big like wheeled thing with a big sail on it that he uses to scoot around the wastes.
A dust crosser.
Yeah.
Nice. Hella, you say you're a mercenary, but you worked for someone and You'd never work for them again. Who is it, and why do you hate them?
That would be Dez, my ex-boyfriend.
Ooh.
And that job is the reason why he's my ex-boyfriend.
Ooh, if you consider him in that job, that's not good.
I told him if I ever see him again, I'm going to cut his throat. So,
And it'd be full of tetanus even if he survived. Poor fella. Lace, you're beautiful. You're gorgeous. You don't look like Seal. And that's my RuPaul's Drag Race comment of the day. But unlike the House of Extravaganza Stan, you have someone who believes your acts violate the natural order. Who protests your show and why?
So Corbett is part of the Church of Idolatry and has, for some reason, he thinks that these looks aren't entirely natural and are some sort of witchcraft, dark magic. And honestly, if they could just spend a little time with me, they'd see.
If only. I think that's a good start to be building with. I'll fill out more and ask probing questions in-game. So, as Puckett so kindly reminded me, let's do highlights. This time going through Character Keeper order. So, Dolly, who is the highest HX with you?
That would be Jackal.
Well, Dolly, I think that you should highlight your weird.
I'll be kind. I say highlight your sharp.
Sure thing. Thank you both.
Jackal, who has the highest HX with you?
Hella, will you please highlight me?
And just as a reminder that Jackal uses weird to manipulate people, not hot.
Thank you.
Well, I was looking at highlighting hot anyway.
Ah, for seduction. And again, I'm a kind MC. Highlight weird.
Thank you.
Lace, who has the highest HX with you? If it's a tie, you may pick.
Dolly, take it away.
Sorry, I keep losing my mute button. Yes, I think I'm interested to see Lace in her element. So I would like to see you highlight hot, please.
And I want to see you question the fiction. I'm going to highlight your sharp as well.
Okay.
And Hella, who highlights for you? And as a
Jackal.
reminder, Hella uses cool to go aggro.
It's Jackal.
Oh, how interesting. You may highlight sharp so that you can find truth.
And you seem like a badass mother, even though we have a badass mother. Yay. So highlight cool. And I think if everyone's, we haven't been doing this for too long, but how about a 5-minute break? Be back at 47 after the hour. And I will put you guys in, we will roll, feel free to roll fortunes while we're away. And that may give me an idea to set the first scene, Rich.
Sure thing.
Yeah. Let's do 48 after, since I just turned to 43.
Hey, Ferret. So I rolled and I got a 6, but then when I tried to move the dice over, everything went wonky. So I re-rolled it and I kept hitting re-roll until I got a 3 and a 3, which is what I originally saw. In case someone saw me rolling a lot, I was not cheating. I was just trying to get it to the dice that as they were.
Okay, so that means you got an 8. You do
Correct.
have the barter from your followers, but you get to choose which want they have.
And the wants are desertion and desperation.
And savagery.
And savagery. That's true. Better put that in my little thing so I can remember that as well.
I will say savagery tends to be a later game good option, unless you want to throw us into a pit of misery right off the bat.
No, I think they were Jackal's followers rely entirely on it for their lives and needs. So want desperation sounds fun.
It sounds interesting.
Sure. Yes, that seems correct.
Okay, just for a bit, I'll ask Jackal, what does it think this desperation is about?
My life models have been requiring adjustment, and some of the simulations that I have run for particular followers have been inaccurate. So they have made some poor choices, or they have not heeded my advice, and that is why they are in desperation. I must find some way to help them to eat, or I will have less followers.
Okay, that gives me a perfect setup for our first scene. Because of desperation, you have hunted down, let's say, 4 of your followers to the Rose Club. And that's because the Rose Club today has clean glasses, which means that someone else drank out of them first, because that got rid of the dust. And do you mind if I make up the leader of these, the leader of this schism? Not really a schism, but...
Go for it.
This is Eileen. She is a middle-aged woman, which in this world is Hollywood old for women. She has a prosthetic leg, which Jackal is amazing at upkeep usually. And right now, when Jackal enters the bar, well, the club, let's say, Eileen is looking at Hella. And I want to ask, Hella, what are you doing in Rose Club right now?
I'm drinking whatever rotgut is cheapest.
Understood. So Hella is at the bar because there is a seat for Hella. Most people know it's saved because those who don't, there's enough blood spatters around it to know that it's not a good place to be, except for Hella. And the bartender is serving this, soybean-based fermented drink. It's not flavorful, but it's definitely fermented, so it'll do. And Eileen hears the door open, turns and sees Jackal, and there's a bit of worry in her eye. But she moves closer to Hella as Jackal enters the club. And Hella, Rose Club is busy by the lower grade mercenaries usually, the lower grade entertainment. There is a karaoke machine where someone is belting out I Will Survive in a way that makes strangling cats sound like the best music in the world.
Spoiler alert, they won't.
But you hear the creak and crackle of jumbly machine parts, like a lot of ball bearings going down a Plinketto machine or Plinketto case. A pachinko case, sorry, my mistake. and you look up to see this rugged, worried woman with an iPod in her hand, which is definitely barter in this world, and that look of desperation you know so well from people who talk to you. What do you do, Hella?
I keep drinking. There are important things at stake here. And alcohol is the first thing. This is the thing that's in my hand. It's in front of me. So I'm going to finish my drink first and then ask her what she wants.
Eileen looks desperate. Eileen looks tragic. But Eileen looks like she knows what she wants. She sets the iPod down, slides it over. I know what you do. I know who you are, what you can do. On here, 2 songs the church don't have. I need you to kill someone for me.
Who do you need me to kill?
Buckaroo, he's sitting on a big pile of scrap that could make my leg function for years, maybe even improve. She looks nervously at the door as Jackal moves a bit further in. I need it. I need it more than he does.
You need it more than Jackal, huh?
No, more than Buckaroo. Jackal, it needs it too. It don't know it needs it, but it needs it.
So if I do this, I'm helping you and Jackal?
Yes, ma'am.
Fantastic. I wave Jackal over.
Oh, shit.
Greetings, Eileen. Greetings, Hella.
So I hear I'm going to be doing you a favor if I take this job.
What job is this?
Well, Eileen, you were just telling me about it.
Jackal, I swear it's for your own good. It's for my good. It's for everyone's good.
What is this job, Hella, that has been offered to you? And have you accepted it?
Well, it's killing somebody named Buckaroo, was it?
You don't need to kill him. You can just scare him off. I mean, you're mighty good at scaring.
Well, about 2 minutes ago, you said kill him.
Oh dear.
There's a difference in these things. You understand that, right? Like, one of them you don't come back from.
Jackal, don't be mad, but I mean, he ain't doing nothing but sitting on stuff everyone could use.
I don't have the capacity to be mad at you, my friend.
You can see Eileen, just a wave of relief flood over her and the 3 people behind her.
I am, however, disappointed.
Oh.
Hella, have you accepted this proposal?
I was still entertaining the offer, and I asked if I'd be doing both you and her a favor, and she said yes, which is why I waved you over. Figured I'd want to hear it from your mouth that I was doing you a favor.
Jackal will close its eyes and become completely still for a moment as it attempts to access all of its memories and data stored on a particular Buckaroo.
Sounds like you're opening your brain. Am I correct?
You are absolutely correct.
Feel free to roll.
Yeah, so I think the question on its lips are, why is it that it might deserve to die, that he might deserve to die, that Eileen thinks is the correct choice? And I've got the pips with blue, but I may switch to purple just for differences. And I have rolled a 6, but my weird is 2. So that will be an 8.
So you close your eyes and you feel this gurgling inside. What humans would call gurgling. It sounds more, again, like ball bearings and gears turning to those who are close enough. To most people who are in this place, it doesn't sound like jack shit because they're in their drinks. But you're taken differently. It's almost like you're seeing the pile of just beautiful oil-laden gears, cogs, pieces of scrap that Buckaroo has. But the Maelstrom takes. And as you're peering through it, it's not your hands. It's the Maelstrom's greed working through you as you pick through each little piece until you come across the most interesting bit in this vision. A face, a head, an upper body with no arms, with eyes looking directly into yours, a copy, a sister, a brother. And before you can think of, is it like me, you're back, the Maelstrom not giving you more than it'll ever give.
You should accept the job, Hella, and I will accompany you.
So am I creating a corpse, or am I just scaring this person off?
We will be taking all the Buckaroo calls his own. If that requires his extermination, so be it.
All right.
Okay, so Hella, that iPod is worth 2 barter. Add it to your gear. And as this scene is beautifully... Unless, is there anything you want to do before this scene ends, Hella? I should ask.
Get another drink.
Makes perfect sense. I will ask, are you going to buy the top shelf, or is the bottom shelf flask good enough for you still?
You know, the bartender lets me drink for free as long as I'm drinking the bottom shelf stuff, because I tend to take the rabble out if they need it. So I'll just stick with what they're giving me.
Okay. And we will cut from here to, I'm going to say, Dolly, you're putting on a show today. Today's album is, because we talked about it, the B-52s, Ancient Bombers, Ancient Boppers. But where is your house performing?
So I think that today we are performing in the in like the market square. I think there's people in town to trade their wares, so we're putting on a bit of a show there for them.
Mm-hmm. And it took a bit of wrangling, but you have the most spectacular master of ceremonies between each round. Lace, you're helping this drag show out. Well, you would be if the show wasn't going on right this second. So you're both off to the side in the marketplace, watching as Tyrell does an interpretive dance to Rock Lobster, though it looks more like an octopus, a squid, whatever those old drawings are. At least you think.
They're trying.
Mm-hmm. And Lace, you can see every mistake they make in this dance. It is subjective, but you know what's wrong when you see it. And I think as there is a huge crowd around watching this, with coins being thrown in, and I think there is someone coming up to both of you as you are off to the side. The two most impressive ladies of the day talking to each other. And this is a portly man, a Danny DeVito style guy, dressed like the Penguin, but, well, dressed like a plantation owner penguin, all white, sweaty as all get out, a bit of dust that never comes out because there's not much bleach anymore. But he's holding in his hand in a death grip a piece of sheet music, and he's fanning himself with it. Ladies, you're looking fine today. The name is Charleston St. Laurent, and I have a deal for both you fine vixens.
Well, that's most interesting, and I suppose you're going to tell us what this deal is?
Well, to be honest, sometimes when I'm this forward to women, and he looks at Lace, and they get kind of antsy.
Trust me, we're both very skilled and can handle anything you have to throw at us.
He holds out this sheet music for you guys to look at, and I assume both of you can read music and read writing?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think so.
You can tell this is a lost song. Well, at least none of you have ever heard of. You've heard of the singer, a Kelly Clarkson, but not this song. Found this in the ruins of the musical graveyard. Well, the people I hired to go there found it and brought it back, looking to find someone to perform to it. Looks like you've got a bevy of performers around.
I certainly do, and Lace here is not without her talents either.
I don't doubt it. But I want this to be a private affair, just me and mine, you and, he looks at Lace, yours.
And who are you and yours?
We're the St. Laurents. We run the old plantation near the Thunderground's lost entrance. Well, lost. Not that they ever really use it anymore. Like we're some kind of evil villains.
Well,
just you and yours and us all alone.
I mean, you all alone, little lady. I think the big vixen here, she has an entire family of her own.
I certainly do.
I will say, this is a charged situation. Does
Yep.
anyone want to read him?
Yep.
That is rolling with sharp, Lace.
Yeah. An 8
Okay.
plus a number.
It should be a 9 total.
Yes.
So you get to ask one from the list.
That creeps me out immediately.
This voice is giving me dry mouth.
Sorry, I'm too
No.
much in the scene and not enough in my rules.
Oh no, that's good for me.
So, read a charge situation.
Oh no, read a person.
Read a person. I was like, well, read a what does he intend to do?
He intends to trap you, Lace. This is, as I'm sure you can guess, this is not legit. The song is legit. It's not complete, but this invitation is to disaster.
Cool. Is he still holding the sheet music, or is he just?
He's holding the sheet music, but his hand is like outstretched to you, as like he was pointing at you, like you were in a vessel to obtain.
So Lace reaches up and like cups her hand over his and is tapping out the sheet music as she kind of like mulls things over.
So you're touching his hand?
I am touching his hand.
Oh yeah. Skin's so soft.
Looks over at Dolly. It would be rather unwise to go without some protection.
Oh, of course. I think us girls together should be more than adequately safe with this man and his people.
And I believe a shadow overtakes the Charleston St. Laurent. And Dolly, you know this person intimately. This is Jolene Extravaganza, and she is standing with her hand near her cavalry saber as she looks down at this unsavory character, her eyes dull and unimpressed. Mother, is everything okay over here?
Oh, it's just super. Thank you, Jolene, sweetie. We're just entertaining this delightful gentleman's offer.
She's purposefully stares above him, looks left, looks right. I don't see a gentleman. Oh, I didn't know pigs came in white. And she strolls away. Charleston, his face flushes. You can't tell if it's from the high blood pressure or anger. She's got a mouth on her. Guess it's good that your kind don't really sing. Probably would be ugly words from her.
You don't have to worry about her, my dear. I can assure you her bite is far worse than her bark.
If you say so. And he pulls out this very handmade business card. You can tell it's pressed on probably hemp paper. It looks like it should be embossed, but like it looks like someone who's trying to be ambidextrous tried out calligraphy on it. You can still read it, but it's not classy as he'd like to think. Come to our place tomorrow evening. We'll set everything up for you. We'll have food. You'll bring the entertainment. He looks at Lace. You'll bring the fun.
If we come, then we come.
Oh, honey. That's a promise.
She does take the business card. Just to make sure.
Yeah, and he fans himself with the sheet music again and begins, penguin waddling off like someone of his size and stature should. And you two are alone to converse with this, as he is out of earshot now.
Well,
He may think I'm stupid, but I'm not.
no, indeed. I would rather not spend more time in his presence than absolutely necessary, but adding a new song to the repertoire would certainly be worth at least some minor inconvenience.
I got some of it, but why could he have brought the whole song?
It seems he has at least 2 brain cells to rub together.
Or at least one to rub against something else.
Quite.
And Tyrell finishes his performance, takes a step off stage and bows. There are people just throwing their barter at him. It's, I think, enough barter to keep the house in it's you're not going to gain any barter, Dolly, but it's enough that your house is not hurting this session.
Sure thing.
And is there anything else you two want from this scene before we move on?
We should probably figure out if we're going and how so.
I am certainly willing to see where the evening takes us. I understand that he seems somewhat fixated on yourself, so if you do not feel like it, I would not blame you, but I am sure that me and my children can protect you if he tries anything unwise.
Can you swear that to me?
Yes, I swear that we will ensure your safety above all else.
And I would say this is kind of nice. Do you want to hand Dolly one of your friendship charms, Lace?
Yes, I would.
Okay.
She roots around and she has a pocket in her sleeve. And it's made out of hemp and some dried flowers that are native to the area.
Yeah. And I think as there's Moxie, your beautiful shade thrower, comes down. They're still bruised a bit from the last time they spoke truth to power. And Moxie looks at Lace, and then does a polite bow, and then looks at Dolly and sort of stands, not disrespectful, but casual. Oh, mama. That guy looked like a troll bitch. You ain't gonna be doing nothing nasty with that little fat piece of waste, are you?
Sweetie, anything I do with that man will be nasty. But no, I intend to keep things professional.
That's good. Lace, you're looking lovely today. Lovelier than normal. That's really odd for you. I mean, not saying it's not impossible, but you went all out. I'm impressed.
And maybe one day you can also achieve the same.
Oh, I wouldn't dare. I'm good with my mouth, not my fists. And looking like you would attract a lot of flies.
And sometimes you just deal with what comes.
And I think Moxie is up next, and they're going to be singing Love Shack because you got to do the classics.
You gotta do the classics.
And just to plant the seed, there is someone you both know who is very good at violence. Yeah, with that scene, I think we will cut back to Jackal and Hella. And you two, Jackal, have you kept Eileen and her gaggle with you, or did you send them off with when you were going off to find Buckaroo with Hella? Or were you going to find Buckaroo with Hella?
I am going with Hella to find Buckaroo because I want to see what I have seen. I have sent Eileen to fetch a certain someone. If Eileen could do me the small favor of finding Teddy and bringing her to me.
No. Eileen will have said, you want Teddy or Teddy?
Yes.
Understood.
Thank you.
And you two have been wandering through the streets of Gnashville. It's a beautiful day in the marketplace, and I think you will find Buckaroo at the edge of the marketplace with a place called Buckaroo's Bonsai Bonanza. A wonderful little shop where you can find trinkets, gewgaws, thingamabobs, and whatchamacallits of all shapes and sizes. Hella, do you enter casually or do you enter guns blazing?
I'm not sure there's a need for violence just yet. I mean, if I have to, I'll kick his ass into 8 dimensions, but I haven't seen a reason for that just yet.
Yeah. Inside the store, it's like one of those old wooden style convenience stores that you would see in a Western, but designed for that purpose. You can tell like it was never it's probably too pristine to have ever been that old. And there's all sorts of things like I came to Gnashville and only got this lousy t-shirt, a Church of Idolatry poster with like the different divas and idols they have, promoted a few mixtapes from the Thunderground. Just like if you're from Nashville, you could easily purchase these things. This is literally a tourist trap. And Buckaroo is this tall, lanky Asian man. Think like a Yao Ming if he had skipped like 5 meals a week. And he's leaning over the edge of his counter, reading this dime store romance novel with this woman who looks surprisingly like Dolly Extravaganza, almost coming out of a bustier, being held by this headless man who's just chest muscles, pectorals, and it says something like Winded and Gone, the romance trilogy. But he hears the bell to his shop ding, and he looks up. Hey, welcome to Buckaroo's Bonsai Bonanza. How might you're locals?
I want to read the situation.
Go ahead. Roll that sharp.
That is a 9, and I mark 1 experience. Is that correct?
That is correct. And you get to ask 1 question. And if you act on this question because of your perfect instincts, you will take +2 to the roll.
Actually, I believe that Jackal might want to assist.
Ooh, go ahead.
We are working in accord, and I am excellent at advice.
So, are you pointing out like to look at the few things that are not for Nashville locals, perhaps?
Yes, that sounds like a good way to help. Here we go. I'm rolling +8 checks, and I failed. Son of a gun.
So, nothing gained, but you tried.
What should I be on the lookout for?
Buckaroo has a nasty shotgun under that counter. And I think his finger is on the barrel, not the or
The trigger.
it's on the not on the trigger, but it's near it, and he knows your reputation.
So, Buckaroo. It's been a minute since I've seen you, hasn't it?
No, it's been like 2 weeks.
I love it when people are literal.
Have
you been, Buckaroo?
Can't complain, but I will anyway. I mean, people have been tossing by my shop, not buying anything. I mean, hells, haven't even found anything new to sell besides those fucking t-shirts, and hopefully this star-powered weekend or whatever the church is going to be throwing on will bring some people in from Knoxville or Memphis.
So business hasn't been that great, huh?
Not at all.
Well, what if I were to offer to do you a favor in exchange for your business and your inventory?
I'd have to say no. This is my livelihood.
Yeah, but you just said that it's been crap. So
It's been crap lately. That doesn't mean it's going to be crap forever.
I see. You're holding on to the sunk cost fallacy, aren't you? Put this much time into it, you're going to write it all the way down.
I'm putting my weight into Occam's razor. The simple fact is there's too many locals around, not enough outsiders. I know my business.
I want to read the person.
Go ahead.
I will attempt to help.
That is a 7.
Okay. Oh, 7 for me. Not much. Not enough to help.
Okay. So I get what? One more question?
One question from the read a person list. Though I will say, if you're trying to get him away from the shotgun, that would be acting on your question, would have given you a +2. And with Rich's Jackal's +1, that would have given you a 10. Do you want to use your +2 that way?
Yeah.
Okay. You have 3 questions to ask.
Is Buckaroo telling the truth?
About his business being poor, or about having no new inventory?
Well, I know I see I had inventory. So what I'm looking at is he telling the truth about intending to hang on to his business and then being unwilling to move?
Yes. And I will say that he is. Well, no, let me save this, and depending on what else you ask. I don't want to give too much away.
How can I get him away from the shotgun?
Ask him for something on the top shelves, or make it worth his while. Wink, wink. And I say wink, wink because that can be violence or seduction.
What does he intend to do?
Distract you from his side business, or his underground business, I should say.
Okay.
You know he couldn't stay in business with just knickknacks and thingamajigs. It's obvious he does some black market or backdoor deals.
Alrighty. I think I want to try to act seductively.
Oh, this should be interesting.
Not sure what move that is.
That's would be with narrative prompt that will be ending up rolling hot to seduce.
Okay.
Though I will say, Jackal, does it feel like running erogenous protocol.exe?
It certainly could. It also recognizes that it is not nearly as effective as such things as one like Hella. Not everyone finds it as attractive as, say, Lace. Lace has good taste.
Yeah. Lace attracts all the best people.
So, are you a true buckaroo?
It's my name. I guess so.
You know, you're a businessman, and you know my reputation. So, you know, I don't have a whole lot of time to. Well, you know.
Do you...
You want to go out back and bang? Because I've always thought you were kind of hot.
You and me?
I was looking at you when I said it.
Okay, roll that hot. You are using it like a baseball bat.
I am not trying to help.
That is a 9, and since I am trying to get him away from the shotgun, does that mean that I can add 2?
Oh, no. You add your hot, which is a 1. That is a 10.
Okay.
Because you already used your +2 with the otherwise. But yeah, he looks at Jackal's like, you're trustworthy. Can you lock the door and I'll be right back? And he steps out from behind the counter. No shotgun in hand. And I will ask, Jackal, do you lock the door?
Yes. I lock the door. I'm not sure if by helping I'm aware of the shotgun or not, but I will be checking out everything around the counter and looking for sets of keys, some way to get to what I seek. Is Teddy, did she make it, or is she with us?
I think Teddy is on her way.
Oh, well, she'll knock.
Mhm.
She's polite that way. Yep. Maybe I don't know if I need to read it Sitch to try to find, but
I think where are you taking him, Hella? Taking him out back?
Yep.
Okay. We'll say that they exit the scene, but he leaves the door to his back room, his supplies, open, Jackal. And I don't know if you know about the shotgun. You may take the shotgun if you'd like.
yes, I don't have any weapons to speak of.
So it is a basic sawed-off shotgun. 3 harm, close, reload, messy.
Whew. Nice.
And you can enter the back room where he has it. Well, do you enter the back room?
Oh, yes. Do it, most definitely.
It looks like there are tons of boxes of, t-shirts, knickknacks, but you can tell that some of the boxes are stacked on top of each other sort of haphazardly, and Buckaroo doesn't look like a hoarder. So maybe they're hiding something.
I would like to read a situation here to make sure I'm not moving into a trap.
Go ahead. Good instinct.
I have rolled an 8 plus 1 is a 9. So with read a sitch, what should I be on the lookout for as I start to pick through these things carefully?
You notice this small string, but it is tense and tight. If you pull it, it will pull something, and it will either alert someone or maybe set off a trap.
Okay. I will avoid that.
I think, but it is tied to a trap door. And as you hear this, there is a knock at the front door of Buckaroo's Bonsai Bonanza.
I step out of the back room to see if I can peer without being seen.
Yes, and you notice a very familiar figure of a slender woman with a lot of tech on her and a very friendly bear. Knock, knock, knock.
I'll move over, unlock the door. Please, come in.
It is a pleasure to be here. I missed your presence, Jackal.
She reaches up and kind of slides her hand along Teddy's cheek and then scruffs Teddy, the bear's head. I'm stealing things from this Buckaroo. Please watch the door. Lock it again.
Understood.
Thank you.
And she locks the door and looks around. Is this garbage to your taste, Jackal?
The majority of it is not, but I have seen that there are very valuable things hidden among the detritus.
Understood. If you need help, please allow me to help you.
Always.
And before you, that trap door looks very enticing, and you will get +1 to act under fire to try and disarm that wire if you would like, because you read that sitch.
I'm going to do it.
And I think Hella can help you by keeping Buckaroo busy, if Hella would like.
If Hella would like.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm out back trying to keep him busy and also trying to, not let anything too disgusting happen, which is kind of a challenge with him.
All right, roll your plus HX. I am rolling with just that +1 from the read.
No, with you have cool 0?
Cool, my cool. Well, let me double check. Yes, my cool is a 0.
Gotcha.
That is a 7 plus HX is 10.
Okay, so you get +2.
So it's a total of +3. Here we go. Yes, 8 plus 3 is an 11. Thank you for that help. That was very valuable.
So you instantly calculate how much weight is here, what to do. You cut it at the exact place where nothing happens. You open the trap door. You see that it was tied to a grenade. It is very good you did this.
Nice. Is that grenade affixed, or could I basically disassemble it and take it with me?
You can take it to have 1 grenade from the gunlugger.
I will take it. I may not keep it. It may be a thing that I give to Hella.
But
we'll see.
Underneath this trap door is tech. Tech, tech, tech. But on a work table, a morgue slab almost for you, is a sibling. You know this intrinsically. This is the same model, make, and design as you. A bit more masculine at least. But if they only had their arms and legs, they might be able to move and work. But they don't seem to be powered on, and they may not have a power source. What do you do?
Moving quickly, I will be looking for, are there parts around? Will be the first thing that I want to know.
There
Are there
are
parts for this?
There are tons of parts for this around. You don't see, like, you see the arms and like they're modular. So or like you see the different pieces around where they can put all this together. But Buckaroo was trying to make another jackal. It looks like, or at least his own.
There is some wisdom in that poor fool. With all of this tech, I just come back upstairs from the trapdoor and wait with Teddy.
Yeah, and so we will move a bit to Hella. I just want to know: Did you go? Did you cinch the deal you made, or did you renegotiate it?
Well, I'm just trying to keep him busy.
Okay, so it is about time to take a break. So I think we will be back at 45 after the hour, and we will see what Dolly and Lace think about when they hear Hella in an alley.
Yes, we need this wholesome cat.
This is Scab's Rent-A-Cat, the mangiest feline on the dusty road. He will be joining me for the rest of the game, it looks like, and trying to knock off my pencil.
Yeah. I seriously considered just like, I'm gonna have a cat. And
Oh, as
then,
a pet?
As a pet. And then I couldn't then think about, oh, what about this pet? Is it going to get hurt? Because I would never forgive myself.
Skinner gear is a lot like Brainer gear to me. It can be taken away, but there needs to be a big reason to do so.
Okay.
Like, and of course, like, no, like, just death for no reason.
Okay.
Yep. Dusty has taken my pencil away from me, so I may need to type my notes now.
I had to find a like hotel notepad for my notes.
Where are you vacationing, if I may ask?
I am in Telluride, Colorado.
Ooh.
Yeah. With my fiance and his family. So
Nice.
if I sound a little bit out of breath, it is because I am.
Yeah, the elevation.
Oh my god, the elevation.
I was looking at Colorado to move, but it looks like Illinois is probably my best bet in November.
No, the altitude can get so exhausting. But yes, Illinois is a wonderful place to live.
Yeah, I don't know if I would have been able to learn how to cook again in Colorado.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to I think we're going to cut to Lace and Dolly. I think the drag show has ended. It's time to be heading back to the House of Extravaganza, if that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, Dolly.
No, just yeah, gonna say yeah, cool.
And I think as you guys get to the end or hear the end of Buckaroo and Hella's meeting. Oh, you cannot hear Jackal?
It might be a headset issue.
Can you hear us now?
Okay.
Yes, sorry about that.
Yeah, you guys hear the end of Hella and Buckaroo's rendezvous in the alley as you are walking by his shop to get to your respective places of residence. What do you do?
So we're going past this alley as...
Yeah, this alley between... you're going, you're at the mouth of the alley, but it's pretty obvious what was going on. Which is kind of bizarre for Gnashville. If this was Knoxville, with the triple X's, it might make more sense, but this is Gnashville. There are much more comfortable places to do this kind of business.
I'm hanging out here.
Well, I'm not sure it quite merits a standing ovation, but I'm sure you'll have a little clap, and I will.
Yeah, I think with the I think with the clapping, Buckaroo comes out obviously getting, he's decent, but you caught him in the midst of stuff, and he looks a bit awkward. Oh, Miss Extravaganza, Miss Lace, I fancy meeting you guys. Lots of pretty faces coming to my store today.
Well, it looks like at least one of us was coming.
Yeah, it's. I mean, Hella came on to me. It must be doing something right. I mean, maybe it's those rats I've been eating.
Doubtful.
Oh. Oh, I mean, it might be my lucky day. Lace, would you like to come into my store and maybe shop around?
I think I have business with Hella as
Oh,
opposed to you.
oh, right. Um, Miss Hella.
Just a minute.
She'll be right here. And I think Buckaroo tries to get into his store and finds it locked.
I am hiding the shotgun at this point. Like, I'll just kind of hide it behind myself, maybe prop it on the floor and just lean against the wall. Although Jackal never leans, so that's a peculiar action, but people are not very observant.
Jackal tilts.
Yes.
Am I at the back? Am I near the back door?
Yes, you are.
I'm going to test it to see if it's locked.
I think Teddy, well, I'll say, Jackal, did you lock the back door?
No, he asked for the front door to be locked.
All right. I'm going to just kind of open the back door real quick and reach inside and flip the latch on the doorknob. Pull it closed behind me so it's locked. Because I know Jackal's in there.
Yep.
And this way we've got Buckaroo out here. So Jackal can do whatever Jackal needs to do.
That's good. So yeah, does Hella go meet with Lace and Dolly?
Yeah, I might as well just walk out of the alley now. Oh, hey. How's it going, Lace? How are you, Dolly?
Lovely, thank you, dearest.
Lace, did you say you had some business?
A job, perhaps, if you'd like to take it.
All right, well, let's walk and talk. You have my full attention.
Just usher everyone out of this dirty alley.
Yeah, and Buckaroo is trying desperately to get into his store. Too bad he forgot his keys at the back too.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what happens when you think with your dick.
Yeah.
Well, it's not like he has anything else to think with, and even that isn't thinking with much. But
yeah.
So yeah, it's. I think I managed to pull that job off relatively bloodlessly. I mean, anyway. So
congratulations.
You may have a job for me.
Yeah. So Dolly and I were approached at her show today.
When you say approached, is this more of a solicitation or a job offer or a contract or
a trap?
Okay.
What do you know about a Charleston St. Laurent?
Is there a move that allows me to roll for contacts or anything like that in the basic moves?
There's something like a reputation that the driver has. The people know you, but
nothing in my playbook and nothing in basic.
I think narrative-wise, you can say if you know something about him, or you don't, or you can ask for information of what your character would know if you'd like. Just free.
I have a sneaking suspicion that due to her line of work, she'd know that he's a scumbag.
What you know is that he lives with a family. The family tree forks, but not enough. If you get my drift.
It's a family shrub.
It's a family wreath. And but he and his family have gone against the Church of Idolatry and have been cut off from their entertainment budget.
Hmm.
And they
Well.
live near the dust.
So yeah. Okay. Yeah, scumbag.
Yeah.
So what's the job?
They want. Charleston has music, lost music, and has asked us to come and perform.
Okay.
If we were to go in alone, I don't think we're coming out.
Yeah. Most likely not.
I would prefer a bodyguard, and while I trust your house, Dolly, I would prefer somebody a little bit harder.
I understand, of course.
Or, Dolly, you could come along too, and we could just make it a party.
Oh, indeed. I will be in attendance. But as I say, it would certainly be nice to have some more capable hands in our entourage.
So basically, what you're asking me to do is make sure that you not only get out in one piece, but get out with the music that he's offering.
Yes. And if
Are
they
you sure
have,
that he has all of the music?
that's the thing. I don't.
You know, he was so callous with the sheet that he probably does, and he's copied it, most likely.
Mm. Here's the thing, Hella.
Okay.
Where there is some lost music, there tends to be more.
I just want to make sure that we're going after whole songs and not just fragments of individual songs.
I would say, Lace, do you want to
Mhm.
maybe manipulate Hella into helping you?
Hella.
I mean, it just is rolling hot against her.
Yeah.
And do I need to roll as well?
Only if you're interfering.
Eight to 10.
Okay, so Hella, if you agree to help, you mark experience. If you don't agree to help, Lace gets to take away one of your stat highlights for the session.
I was going to agree to help anyway.
Sweet. Now you get experience for doing so.
So, what's my pay for this job?
I'm like, what do I have on me?
You're a companion. You have your services.
Mm.
And you have to barter, which can be like cassettes, bullets, CDs, musical, like original musical tracks, remixes, whatever you'd like. But a lot, anything like entertainment-wise, VHSs, DVDs, that goes a long way in this world.
So I think Lace reaches down into the front of her dress and pulls out a necklace, which is actually just a cassette that's strung up on like a string.
Okay.
Is that enough?
Dolly, your house is going to be there, right?
Of course, we will be present.
You going to have anybody trying to see what things aren't nailed down at that residence?
Well, we'll see where the evening takes us. But if my little magpies decide to indulge their tendencies, well, I'm sure we will. I'm sure we'll come up with a thing or two.
So I'll tell you what. How about you hold on to that cassette
Mm-hmm.
and Dolly, if we come out with stuff, how about we split it 50-50? We'll just use that cassette as think of it kind of like a retainer. If we come up with more, don't need to take it.
That seems fair.
All right.
And if you like, I can. I'm sure I can find a frock in your size if you want something a little more showy for the evening.
I want something functional. You're not asking me to dance. Wait, are you asking me to dance?
Maybe just to give the impression that you're going to dance.
God damn it, nobody told me I'd have to wear a dress. Fine, 60% of the take.
Or
wearing
I suppose I do have a nice tux if you'd rather that.
Do you have a tailor to hide my shotgun?
I'm sure we can work something out.
All right. I'll wear your damn monkey suit. You know that I hate putting on dress clothes. Why can't I just stay in my leathers?
We don't want to give too much of a. We don't want the no, wrong way around. Part of the job of being an entertainer is to keep the patrons in a relaxed state of mind.
And looking like you're here for a fight might make them think you're here for a fight.
I'm only there for a fight if they start one. That's the entire point of a bodyguard. You bring a bodyguard along to look tough so you don't have to. So they know the situation is going to be handled if anything. Fine. Fine. This is fine. I will put on a dress and you'll give me 60% of the take. Deal?
Deal.
All right.
Yeah.
But you're providing the dress. I have
Of
no
course.
need for one. All right, let's go get that dress sized and fitted and see where we can hide my shotgun in it.
And with that, I think we're going to cut to Jackal, where Buckaroo is desperately trying to get into his shop. Teddy is staring dispassionately at him while the teddy bear is making cutesy faces at him. What do you do?
After allowing him to get slightly upset, I will move over, excuse me, Teddy, and then unlock the door and move back to my little perch by the wall.
And he bursts in. What are you doing in here? This is my place. Get out.
You asked me to keep the place secure. I have done so.
Not
No one
from
has stolen
me.
anything.
And he starts moving towards the back to check on his stuff.
I am taking the shop from you.
What? Like hell you are?
You may continue to run it. I will make sure that you remain fed, as close to happy as you are allowed. But this shop particularly the technology behind the trapdoor, is very valuable to me, more valuable to me than you.
You fucking bitch. And he puts, he's close to you and he puts a arm around your neck like he's going to try to strangle you. Or a hand around your neck.
I will let him, because this amuses me.
He starts, you see Teddy raise an eyebrow and the teddy bear do like the, what should we do shrug.
Buckaroo, you don't want to die, do you?
He meows like a cat. He looks like, no. Do you?
What exactly do you plan to do to me? To kill me?
I'll wipe your personality matrix.
You know a great deal. This is very valuable.
Yeah, I do know a great deal. And you can see he's searching for something on your neck. He's not trying to strangle you.
I will shoot him with a shotgun. Because that is not going to happen.
I would say, do you want to shoot him or do you want to threaten to shoot him by like maybe aiming at his knees and going aggro?
I will aim at his knees and go aggro. That sounds fine.
Because this is 3 harm. It may kill him if you shoot him, and he is very valuable.
He is valuable, but if he shuts me off, that's not going to happen. Okay. I am the hardest of them all. Because my 1 hard. Here we go. Whew. I rolled a 6 plus 1 is a 7.
Oh, goody. Let's see what I get to choose. He backs off calmly, hands where you can see them. And he backs off into Teddy, who grabs his wrists and pulls them behind his back as the teddy bear jumps down and punches him in the back of the knee, knocking him down to his knees as he looks directly in your eyes. He's a tall fucker. And it's like, look, don't kill me, but you're not the only one like you out there. You weren't the only one ever.
I do that kind of hunker down where it's butt goes to the ground, kind of knees up, your European style, and lean in. Where have you found other models like me?
I heard rumors. It took a lot to track this down. Mostly you get pieces, bits. The power core alone, I can't imagine going through that shit again. But mainly old factories. And he looks back at Teddy, who's sort of dispassionate, but gives a sort of grin and tightens her grip on his wrists. Fine. There's an underground bunker. Looks golden age. I mean, looks golden age. Like, no damage, no nothing. And, I mean, my grandfather kept trying codes on the number button. My father kept trying codes. I finally cracked it. Found what was inside.
Congratulations. You are a clever young man. I am annexing you. You are now part of my group. How you choose to accept this is up to you.
Will I get to finish making my brother?
Oh, no. No, you will serve me. You will serve my followers. Your brother will be used to strengthen me.
But but he could be like you.
That is exactly what I expect.
Oh, I think I see where this is going. Fuck. I guess I already got that today, didn't I?
Was it good? Was Hella good to you?
She didn't kill me. She didn't threaten me. So for Hella, that was hell of a good time.
Witty as well. You are an excellent addition to our group.
You know you will have to be shut down to be worked on properly. But, and he sort of makes eyes back at Teddy, I don't think she'd let me do a damn thing to hurt you. Though I do want to ask Jackal, out of character, does it want to read a person?
It does. It does. It is a good suggestion that you have made. I mean, this is a charged interaction, right?
Oh, very.
Okay.
More charged in one direction than another, but...
Oof. That is a 5, and my sharp is a 1, so that is a mere 6. I get to ask one anyway and be prepared for the worst. What does Buckaroo intend to do?
He intends to upgrade you and stay the fuck alive. But you'll also need to be in the bunker to be upgraded. He can't fix you downstairs.
Ah. I am going to leave you in peace for now. Continue operating your shop. We will be going to the bunker soon. If you attempt to escape, to undermine me, no, you have no one else to threaten, so I will simply threaten you. It will take a very long time for you to die. It will be painful. And I do not care what you know. If you are a threat to me, you will be extinguished. Do you understand?
Just before I answer this, are you manipulating him?
I'm trying. So because of charismatic, I will be rolling with weird instead of hot. And that would be an 11.
He nods, and I think while he nods, you start reading the body language that he does have people he cares about. You know, he may sleep with Hella, but there are others out there, and he knows if you have enough time, you'll hunt them down too. So he nods. I understand. But you said you'd keep me up. You'd make sure I'm fed and, like, every day?
Without a doubt. You are now one of mine.
Like, real food, not just rats?
Yes.
What do I call you? My lady? My liege?
You may call me Jackal.
Okay.
That's my designation.
Okay, Jackal, I agree. I concur.
And it reaches up to kind of caress Buckaroo's cheek, similar to the way it did with Teddy. Have a good day. I'll have some food brought to you soon.
And Teddy looks down. Should I release him now?
Please.
And Teddy does and smiles like, oh, that's good. No unnecessary violence. I'm glad you didn't make it necessary, Buckaroo. And Buckaroo sort of stands, and he's like a defeated child right now. He wanders behind his counter, sees his shotgun's missing. You can tell he wasn't going to go for it, but it's just sort of like oh, Well, now I need to replace this too.
Will you please fetch my brother? I'm taking it with me.
It's in a delicate position. It might turn on if you move it.
I see. What do you propose? You understand that I see it as a threat.
I would suggest removing its head, so even if he did turn on, he couldn't do anything.
Please bring me my brother's head.
Understood. He goes downstairs into the trap door. You hear some tools going, some really high-tech shit, sounds like. And
Jackal is going down enough to watch. Jackal does not trust Buckaroo yet.
Yeah, and you see him pull out like weird-looking tools that you're not sure how he learned to use. Maybe there were instruction manuals in this bunker, but he like inserts like ratchets, undoes some screws, like what looks like rivets, and you can see him like lifting up the synthetic skin to get under everything. And he sees like this one final wire attached to the power source. He really doesn't want to cut it, but he does. And he hands you the head.
Thank you. You've done a wonderful job in restoring my brother.
Well, yeah. I'll do a better job on upgrading you.
I am pleased. This was a very successful meeting. You will come to value this arrangement, I promise.
Better breathing than dying. I guess I'm getting off easy.
Jackal will turn, put the shotgun on the counter, and walk out the door.
Teddy follows, and Buckaroo's loyalty is going to be tested by the food you send. So I am going to ask, how much barter are you going to drop on Buckaroo?
I'm dropping a barter right here and now, the one I got from Fortune. So that one I'll mark it off, and that is how much I'm sending a whole barter worth of food to him.
Oh, damn. Yeah, you've just bought his loyalty. See, I want to know, do we want to cut to Dolly's house? Or do we want to cut to, do a bit of a time skip to the Charleston St. Laurent meeting? And I'll ask Dolly herself.
Yeah, I think I'm happy to go straight to the performance.
Okay. Are you leaving Dinah Extravaganza in charge of your house while you go? I'm assuming you're not bringing all of the members of your house.
Yeah, that's right. I think I'll leave Dinah behind, and probably Moxie as well.
Mm-hmm. And I want to know, Lace, have you told anyone else about this show you're going to be putting on for the St. Laurents?
To tie into Rich's request, I think the only person she would have told would be Jackal.
Okay. Do you want to do the scene where you tell Jackal?
Yeah, sure.
So yeah, Jackal is your lover. How, I believe, if I remember the history questions correctly, or is in love with you, maybe. Which one?
I had asked lover.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, how do you two show your romantic attraction? Like, is it just like meeting for drinks and Jackal admiring Lace? Is it Lace being treated sort of like a saint in Jackal's truth cult? Is it just chatting over drinks at a fine dining establishment?
I think that Jackal would offer, and I don't know if this is what Lace would want, but would offer to recite poetry to Lace when they are alone. And of course, Jackal is fully functional if that is interesting to Lace, but it is whatever to Jackal.
The poetry is very nice.
Poetry. Awesome.
Yeah.
So I will say that it was like a day and a half away from the Saint Laurent thing. So I will say, if you would like, this reading of poetry could trigger your special moves from intimacy.
Yeah.
Okay, so Jackal first. Read out your special move.
If you and another character are intimate, you each hold one. Either if you can spend your hold any time to help or interfere with the other at a distance, or despite any barriers that would normally prevent it.
Ooh. And Lace, you have choices.
So if you and another character are intimate, choose one. Either they take +1 forward, you take +1 forward, or so do they. You take +1 forward, and they take -1. They must give you a gift of at least 1 barter, or you can hypnotize them as though you'd rolled a 10+. I'm going to take that +1 forward, and Jackal can also take a +1 forward.
And I will say you two are going to be spending time alone, so if you do want to roll Hypnotize at some time during this scene, feel free.
Thank you.
So yeah, you two are alone in this. I assume it's like this, like little perfect place for poetry to be recited. Maybe like the room that Lace has at the Don't Tell Mama. It's like
She's a back room, like green room type of thing.
Yeah. So like there is like light piano music accompanying this poetry reading. There's silks on the walls. There's fur around, but it is a beautiful, luxurious place with gifts from all of Lace's admirers, past and passed away, that have been handed to her. What do you two do?
I believe Jacko would probably recite some of the sweeter poems by John Keats, and try to help Lace to relax, because if she's pensive or worried about any kind of performance, I think that those little micro expressions is something that stand and pick up.
I think they're on one of those like long day bed / fainting couches, and Lace has her head in Jackal's lap as it's reciting poetry. And you can see Jackal. There's just like a tenseness in her face that normally isn't there. Like something else is on her mind.
One of the things that Jackal brought in when we came back here is that have you ever seen like a gas mask bag? It's like the heavy green kind of canvas that
Yeah.
That is one of the things that Jackal has brought in here and then set it by the little fainting couch. And Jackal will, you are carrying some kind of worry. What is wrong, Lace? Please talk to me.
And you had said the Saint Laurent place is by the dust. It's like on the outskirts of the city.
Yes.
So she turns. So her head's in like pretty much in Jackal's stomach at this point. I'm going to the edges in a day for a show. And I should be back soon, but there's doubt.
It seems dangerous. Is the pay good? Or is there some other reason you're going?
I'm curious. They seem to have acquired some lost music, and it's such a beautiful thing to unearth things that haven't been heard in ages, isn't it?
I understand.
And if there's risk, of course, but doesn't everything?
Yes, nothing ventured, nothing gained. I have also been presented with an interesting opportunity, with danger attached to it.
Oh,
It kind of eases you up so that Jocko can reach past and pull up the little gas mask bag and opens it up, and Jocko pulls out the head of a slightly more masculine version of itself.
oh,
There is a bunker from the Golden Age. There are others like me there.
hmm. And are you seeking them out?
I'm unsure. There are so many variables. I believe that it would be a threat to all of Gnashville if there were multiple of my designation and model present.
But you don't want to be alone.
Don't I have you?
Yes, of course you do, but to have another like you that knows what it's like, I understand why you might be curious.
The most efficient answer is to use them for parts so that I can extend my usefulness.
But
But there is curiosity. There are bad files within the batches of my memory banks. There are things that have been lost.
you understand that it's those flaws that draw me to you. Correct?
Of course, I understand that.
Anybody could be in this room right now. And I've chosen you.
It is a most excellent gift to be here.
And I am rolling to hypnotize.
Excellent.
That's That was great. 11 plus 2. So
It's appropriate.
it feels wholly appropriate right now. It's hold 3. I can spend 1 for 1 to have them give me something I want, to act as my eyes and ears, to fight, to protect me,
Oh,
or
those
to.
are for NPCs.
Those are for NPCs.
Yeah, for PCs, you can either spend it and they're acting under fire, or a free +1.
Okay, cool. I'm going to keep those tucked in my side pocket for our next scene together, hopefully.
Well, I mean, we can take
Ooh.
this offline for further discussion, but I believe that I can use that hold as well.
The NPCs use that hold to
Yeah.
do one of those things.
For NPCs instead. Okay, this is the instead.
Okay.
Okay.
God damn it, rules.
Yeah.
That's cool. May I come with you?
Is that something you truly want? To put yourself in harm's way for a couple pieces of sheet music that might not even be there?
No. But I will put myself and my followers in harm's way to make sure that you are able to get such a thing.
Helen might need the assistance.
You're very clever. I'm glad that you've already enlisted yourself of her aid.
I may do foolish things, but I try to be prepared before rushing in.
Good.
Not to say, if Jackal agrees, that feels like that might be the scene.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Okay, so I want to, I think you all, Dolly, how many members of your house are you bringing?
So yeah, I will be bringing Tyrell and Jolene and a couple of others as well. Yeah, call it 3 others, 6 of us in total.
Okay, and Jackal, how many of your followers are you bringing?
I believe it will simply be Teddy and I. The others are not really made for this type of work.
Okay, so I think you guys get to. It is a massive old plantation. There is a lot of land that it's close to the dust. It still is grass, flowers, crops, but coated in the dust. That they need water to cleanse this stuff. The plantation mansion is opulent and gaudy, old world construction. It's not falling apart though. These people may not get out much, but their place is quite decadent. And Charleston is at the front porch, and he has his sister, his wife, his sister wife with him, and she is this. She would be tall if both her legs were the same size, and one wasn't a clubfoot. But she has beautiful hair, Dolly. This would make an excellent wig if you are to scalp this woman. But she looks out at the crowd. Oh, Charlie, you got everyone for us. This is going to be such a great celebration. And Charleston looks a bit taken aback. He looks at Dolly instead of Lace, like he doesn't want to insult Lace. I'm like, you didn't say you'd be bringing so much company. I should have been a bit more precise with my words.
Well, my dear, I thought you wanted to put on something of a show, and so we thought we'd go all out.
And he looks around. We're going to need to leave weapons at the door as he looks at Jolene and her massive cavalry saber.
Do as the gentleman says, Jolene. I'm sure you won't need the sword for our little performance this evening.
And because Lace's knives are hidden, you can keep them on you without anyone finding them.
Hoorah.
Hella will obviously have whatever is at hand to beat people with. But if you want to have your shotgun on you, Hella, roll act under fire by rolling cool. And take +1 forward because I believe Dolly and her entourage really made this dress to hide that shotgun.
Well, I just rolled 10 on the dice, so I think we can agree that I'm getting the shotgun in because that's like 14 or so.
Yes, that is a 14. And I believe, Jackal, did you bring the grenade with you?
Of course I did.
I don't think they're going to check you for a grenade. Jackal's not been known for violence.
It's true.
So yeah, they bring you all in, and it is as opulent as the outside was. The inside is unimaginable. There is crystal chandeliers. There are golden candelabras. There are food animals and predatory pets wandering around. And my cat is meowing. And but there is a grand stage that looks like it was like what would have been like a toddlers and tiara kind of stage set for school play kind of things. But Charleston's sister wife has taken to Dolly and is cloyingly clinging to her. Oh, your hair is just so beautiful, and that dress, I think I might be able to have outdone you with what I have upstairs, though.
Oh, that would be lovely to see if you do want to put on a little show for us later. And this is a most lovely house you have here.
Oh, thank you so much. It's been in the family for generations. And only that nasty Dean Brooks he wanted to turn this into a training ground for those true fans. Can you believe that? This beautiful, lovely manor turned into a training ground?
Yes, the dean has no appreciation for the finer things.
And she sort of like is limping with you and looks. I was like, could you maybe like doll me up to like do my makeup upstairs?
Of course.
But I will ask, do you want to read a person?
Yes, I will do. Yeah, that's an 11.
Ask 3 from the list. And your Clock the Mug gives you a free one.
Yes. Sorry, just find the list. Yeah, so I'll start with
Oh, and with read a person, you can hold them if you want to do a conversation. I generally suggest asking one just off the bat, though. Sorry.
Yeah. No, that's cool. Yeah, so I'll ask, what is she really feeling at the moment?
Awestruck. You are like, Lace is beautiful. You are stunning.
Excellent. Yeah, I think I will. I will go with her and help make her up.
Okay, you get taken. Are any of your house members going to come with you?
No, I think I can handle this myself.
Okay, and she takes you upstairs. It's like this place has at least 3 stories, and she takes you to the top floor. There's this beautiful wooden door carved from like almost a half foot of wood with locks all on it. She pulls out this key ring, unlocks everything, and lets you in. And opulence. These are golden age makeups, golden age hair products. You can see how she stays so beautiful, but you see a dress, a beautiful, luxurious, fabulous dress that would be in your size if you took it. What do you do?
I'm going to say, well, you certainly do have a fantastic collection, and that dress really is stunning. I've scarce seen its like before. And I'm going to spend one of my hold to ask, how can I get her to give me the dress?
Ooh. I will give you a bit of a bonus since you rolled so well with 2 answers. You can either take it from her or flatter her completely and give her everything she thinks she wants.
Sure thing. Yeah. So yeah, I will sort of sit her down and I probably will run a comb through her hair and say, it is so lovely to see someone who really knows how to take care of themselves in this world. So many people just don't put the effort in, but you both put in the effort and have such I'll sort of run a hand over her sort of cheekbones, and you have such a great foundation to work from as well. I really think I can do something special with you.
Oh, thank you so much. I mean, Charlie doesn't like me to leave the premises because he's afraid people would do things to me. I mean, the things he does to me aren't really that nice either, but it's family. You really think I have nice cheekbones?
Of course, they're perfect, and well, I can see why he would want to keep you all to himself. Though, in truth, I think that's a bit of a waste. It would be lovely to see you in town sometime.
Oh, shucks. Well, I mean, if I die, it's not like anyone else knows how to process the silks from the cocoons we create. But, eh, you know, you dress all pretty, but the old family dress has not been on someone who could really wear it for ages. Would you put on a show with it today? Like, give it a good whirl?
Nothing would give me greater pleasure.
Could I cinch you up in it?
Yes, of course.
And she's sort of like eager, like she's touching your skin. You can feel it. Her skin is not as smooth as yours, and she's just. You know that the Saint Laurents are a bit obsessed with this kind of beauty as she runs her hands across your body and helps you undress. And the way she puts you in the dress, you feel it's a bit. You're getting what you want, but you're definitely being objectified while doing it.
Sure thing. Yeah.
But you are in valuable fashion now.
Nice.
And she like opens up these palettes of makeup, and you get her all dolled up. But is there anything else you want to ask her from your read a person?
Ooh. I guess. What does she want me to do, or what does she wish I'd do?
She wishes you'd move your house to her house because, I mean, she can provide you with fashion, and she needs a lot of entertainment and children that aren't related to her.
Yeah, that's fair. And my last one is the one that I get from Clockamug, which is, what does she intend to do?
Oh, she intends to trap everyone in this house and force you to stay.
Yeah, that's sounds about right. Excellent.
And as you are you going to like she wants you to dress her. You find that she has a corset on, but you know female bodies well enough to know that she's strapped a corset on while she's pregnant.
Right.
Mother of the year material here. And but she you guys get gussied up, all dolled up as everyone is setting up downstairs. But I will say that this can trigger your special move if you want to ask her for insight. and she seems to be forthcoming with this house's secrets. So
Yeah. So yeah, no, I will ask her. So you, I heard you said you process silk here. That's a very valuable skill. Tell me how did you learn it? How do you? I mean, I know you can't teach me all the secrets of it, but what's the process like? It must be fascinating to be able to make such beautiful things.
and I think what she'll like let slip insight wise, like the house is full of old world books, which if you have patience and good reading skills, you can get the abundance know-how from if you take enough of them.
Excellent.
That means insight, you get +1 forward to acquiring these books, and once you make them yours, you mark experience.
Awesome.
And I mean, this is a +1 ongoing, not +1 forward.
Right, sure thing. Yep.
And I think Apocalypse World has a few fiddly bits, and I would want to get stars in. Well, let's see. No, let us cut back downstairs to where people are setting up for the show, and I think this will be a bit during the time while you're dolling up the wife, which I'll need to give her a name. Let's say
Cheryl Ann.
ooh, good, Cheryl Ann. So yeah, Charleston is wringing his hands and staying too close to Lace. You see a few kids run by, their eyes too closely set, their skin a bit too jaundiced, tan from being in the sun, but not the correct color. And you see Tyrell sort of looking around this place with awe in his eyes. This is a muse emporium. And but Charleston is near Lace, and he reaches out a hand and touches her hand, like taps on it like she had touched his hand. I'm so glad you came.
It's a wonderful house you have here, and I'm so excited to see more of it.
Oh, we should come this way to the dining hall. I'm sure you all are very hungry. And then he looks at Jackal and squints. I mean, if all of you eat.
Thank you for your kind offer.
Are you sure you don't want us to prepare for the performance?
We have all night. I mean, a little few bites will be fine.
And she looks over at Jackal and then back. I like to read the sheet music before we start.
Oh, we won't be playing that song. We'll be playing some of the old classics that we know you can dance to. But if you want to see it, well, I'm sure I can accompany you to the music room. And he looks at the others alone.
I came here with the promise of new music.
Yes, new music for you to own.
And just the two of us?
And he looks at Hella, and he looks at Jackal, Jolene, the others. I guess the one just looking around, as he points at Tyrell, he could come.
Well, surely you don't mind if I come along. I mean, Look at him. He's tall and strong.
I know about you. I've heard the rumors. Don't know why they invited you, but I don't want you anywhere near. I don't want you anywhere near the music right now.
Well, unfortunately, she asked me to come along and stay with her, so I'm going to have to stay with her.
You sure you don't want some food instead, Hella?
As I am your companion, she is mine.
Do either of you want to roll to manipulate him?
I want to roll to assess the situation.
I'll roll to manipulate him.
Okay.
I got an 11.
You get to ask 3, but with read a situation, you have to ask all 3 at once.
All righty.
Is it plus hot, correct?
Correct.
That's a 6, baby. I do have +1 forward. Ah,
Yay! So a 7.
thanks, Jackal.
All right, which enemy is the biggest threat?
That would be Charleston's oldest siblings, the twins, Dax and Jax.
Wow. Real innovative naming conventions in this family. Alrighty. Jackson Dax. What should I be on the lookout for?
The drugged food.
Yeah, surprising. And what is the enemy's true position?
You've been through enough places in your life, I mean, through mercenary work or just exploration, that you know places like this tend to have hidden nooks and crannies. And you noticed one of the picture's eyes watching you. There are people in the walls.
People in the walls. Okay.
Drugs, food. This is a great party.
Right. And then do I get XP for that as well?
Yes, you do, if your sharp is highlighted.
All righty. Because that means I leveled up.
Oh, wait, I did. I did too. Thanks for highlighting hot.
Yeah, and I think because the people are in the walls, he will just let you come with him. But he will have Jax, this jacked woman, come with him. She looks like Hella if Hella had like 50 more pounds of muscle on her. And you're sure she eats well and that she has this really gnarly looking crowbar on her side that you're pretty sure is a tool and a weapon. But I think as Lace and Hella are being taken to the music room by Charleston and Jax, that we're going to call this game and do the session end moves.
Yeah.
So we will go in reverse character keeper order for session end. Hella, who knows you better from this session? Or if no one does, who knows you worse?
I think Jackal knows me better.
Yes, so Jackal, you get +1 HX with Hella.
That'll roll over.
Ooh. And so you get mark experience and reset to 1. And let me check the character. And Lace, who knows you better? Or who knows you worse?
I think Dolly knows me better.
Good. So Dolly, you get +1 HX with Lace. And Jackal, Who knows you better?
I think Hella knows me better. Specifically because we actually helped each other out quite a bit there. So, yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So you have +3 with Jackal, I believe, Hella?
Yep. So that takes it up to 4.
So you reset to +1 and mark experience.
All right. So I now have 6 XP out of the 5 necessary for level up.
And Dolly, who knows you better?
Yeah, I think it's probably reciprocating. It's probably Lace.
Yeah.
Okay. With that, I'm going to end the broadcast, and we will do stars and wishes if people can stay. If you can't, no problems. Thank you all for tuning in. I hope to see you next week, same apocalypse time, in a trap in a plantation house.